Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, a name synonymous with resilience and leadership. The only U.S. president elected 4 times, a testament to the trust and faith the American people placed in him. He led America through some of its darkest days, the Great Depression and World War II. These were times of immense hardship and uncertainty. Roosevelt's story is one of courage, leadership, and enduring hope. His ability to inspire and unite a nation was unparalleled. He was born into privilege but was touched by the struggles of everyday Americans. His upbringing in Hyde Park, New York, provided him with a unique perspective on both wealth and poverty. He contracted polio, which left him physically challenged. This personal battle with illness could have ended his political career, but instead, it became a source of strength. Yet, this experience deepened his empathy and strengthened his resolve. He became a champion for those who faced adversity, understanding their struggles firsthand. Roosevelt's presidency marked a turning point in American history. His vision and policies reshaped the nation. He redefined the role of government, championing social programs and economic reforms. His fireside chats brought comfort and clarity to millions. His New Deal offered a lifeline to millions during the Depression. Programs like the CCC and WPA provided jobs and hope to those in need. His leadership during World War II was equally transformative. He worked tirelessly with military leaders to strategize and plan for victory. He rallied the nation against tyranny and helped secure victory for the Allied forces. His speeches and actions inspired a generation to fight for freedom and democracy. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born in 1882 in Hyde Park, New York. His family was wealthy and well-connected. He enjoyed a privileged upbringing, attending elite schools like Groton and Harvard. Roosevelt's early interest in politics was evident. He admired his distant cousin, President Theodore Roosevelt, a dynamic figure. In 1910, he entered politics, winning a seat in the New York State Senate. 3 years later, President Woodrow Wilson appointed him Assistant Secretary of the Navy. This role provided invaluable experience in government and international affairs. It prepared him for the challenges he would face as president. The 1920s roared with prosperity, but in 1929, the stock market crashed. America plunged into the Great Depression. Unemployment soared, banks failed, and breadlines grew longer. In 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt campaigned on a message of hope and change. He promised a new deal for the American people. His message resonated with the struggling masses. He won a landslide victory against incumbent President Herbert Hoover. Roosevelt took office in March 1933. The nation was in dire straits. He faced a daunting task to restore confidence and lift America out of despair. He acted swiftly and decisively. The New Deal was a series of programs and reforms initiated by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in response to the Great Depression. These programs aimed to provide relief for the unemployed, recovery for the economy, and reform to prevent future depressions. Relief efforts focused on immediate support for those suffering the most. Recovery initiatives sought to rejuvenate the economy by stabilizing industrial and agricultural production, creating jobs, and stimulating consumer spending. Reform measures were designed to address the root causes of the economic collapse. One of the most significant programs was the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, which was established in 1933. The CCC employed young men in conservation projects, such as planting trees, building park facilities, and combating soil erosion. This not only provided jobs, but also valuable skills and a sense of purpose. Another major initiative was the Works Progress Administration, or WPA, which was created in 1935. The WPA put millions of Americans to work on public projects. These projects included the construction of roads, bridges, schools, and hospitals, which not only provided employment, but also improved the nation's infrastructure. The Social Security Act of 1935 established a safety net for the elderly, unemployed, and disabled, ensuring that vulnerable populations had financial support. This act remains a cornerstone of social welfare in the United States, providing benefits to millions of Americans to this day. However, the New Deal was not without its critics. Some argued that it expanded the government's role in the economy too much, leading to concerns about federal overreach. Others felt that the New Deal did not go far enough in addressing the economic inequalities and injustices that had led to the Great Depression. Despite the controversy, The New Deal left a lasting legacy on American society, reshaping the relationship between the government and its citizens. Section 5. The Gathering Storm, the Path to War. While the New Deal was underway, a storm was brewing in Europe. Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party rose to power in Germany. They preached hate and aggression. Their expansionist ambitions threatened world peace. In 1939, Germany invaded Poland, igniting World War II. Roosevelt, deeply aware of the threat posed by Nazi Germany, sought to aid Great Britain and its allies. However, public opinion in the United States remained strongly isolationist. He navigated these turbulent waters carefully. He provided aid to Britain through the Lend-Lease Act. It allowed the U.S. to lend or lease war materials to countries deemed vital to its defense. Section 6. The Arsenal of Democracy America in World War II. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, shattered American isolationism. Roosevelt addressed Congress. He declared war on Japan, calling December 7th a date which will live in infamy. America was now fully engaged in a global conflict. Roosevelt rallied the nation to become the arsenal of democracy. Factories shifted to wartime production. Millions of Americans joined the armed forces, ready to fight for freedom. Roosevelt's wartime leadership was marked by strategic brilliance. He forged a powerful alliance with Winston Churchill of Great Britain and Joseph Stalin of the Soviet Union. Section 7. The Home Front Social and Economic Change. The war effort had a profound impact on American society. Women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers, taking up jobs previously held by men. African Americans also contributed significantly to the war effort. Despite the challenges of war, Roosevelt never lost sight of the need for social progress. He issued Executive Order 8802 in 1941. It prohibited racial discrimination in the defense industry. The war years saw significant economic growth. The Great Depression faded into memory as factories churned out tanks, planes, and ships. The war effort brought prosperity, but it also highlighted the sacrifices made by ordinary Americans. Section 8. A Legacy Forged in Crisis. Franklin D. Roosevelt's health had been declining for years. On April 12, 1945, he suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and died at his retreat in Warm Springs, Georgia. He was 63 years old. His death sent shockwaves across the nation and the world. He had led America through two of its greatest crises. He had left an indelible mark on the country he loved. Roosevelt's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He is remembered as a champion of the common man, a wartime leader who guided America to victory, and a president who redefined the role of government. Section 9. The Roosevelt Legacy, an Enduring Impact. Franklin D. Roosevelt's legacy continues to shape America today. His New Deal programs laid the foundation for the modern welfare state. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid all have roots in the New Deal era. His leadership during World War II helped establish America as a global superpower. His commitment to international cooperation led to the creation of the United Nations. Roosevelt's presidency marked a turning point in American history. He expanded the power of the federal government, championed social justice, and led the nation through its darkest hours. Section 10. Conclusion, Remembering FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt's life and presidency offer valuable lessons for today's world. His journey from a privileged upbringing to becoming a beacon of hope for millions is a testament to his resilience and vision. He understood the power of hope and the importance of leadership in times of crisis. During the darkest days of the Great Depression and World War II, his voice was a source of comfort and strength for the American people. He believed in the potential of government to improve people's lives. Through his New Deal programs, he provided jobs, security, and a sense of purpose to countless Americans. Roosevelt once said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." These words, spoken during his first inaugural address, have become a timeless reminder of the power of courage. His words remind us that courage and determination are essential in overcoming adversity. His fireside chats brought the nation together, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. His legacy continues to inspire us to strive for a more just and equitable society. The social safety nets he established still benefit millions today, proving the enduring impact of his vision. He left behind a nation transformed. Under his leadership, the United States emerged stronger and more resilient, ready to face the challenges of a new era. He left behind a world forever changed. His role in shaping the post-war order and fostering international cooperation laid the groundwork for a more peaceful and interconnected world. He was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. His leadership, vision, and unwavering commitment to the American people have left an indelible mark on history, and his story is forever etched in the annals of American history. As we remember FDR, we honor a man whose legacy continues to guide and inspire us.